What is up, guys? Dan from the Full Crew here, coming at you with our first round of the playoffs battle against Mixibrew and FC BAYERN METAGROSS. I want to say BAYERN METAGROSS. Yeah, that's the one, BAYERN METAGROSS. So this is the first round of the playoffs. We got there with a 6-3 record, which is actually pretty sick. To be honest, Mixibrew finished 5-4 or 4-5. I'm not certain. I can't quite remember. I think it's 4-5, which is again still a decent record. Good enough to get him into playoffs. So we were worried about a couple of things on this team. We've got a number of threats, being the Weaver, the Manaphy. You can see on the screen here the Aerodactyl. Obviously, Ferrothorn is a pain in the ass. Miltank is bulky as fuck. And Chandelure, we were worried about Chandelure being scarfed. Can't remember if it was in the end. This is a post-commentary, just because I couldn't record at the time. I can't remember why, but I couldn't record at the time. So what we'll do is I think we'll just go through at a normal speed, probably pause every now and then to kind of try and explain thought processes or whatever. But this is how it went down. So we decided to lead off with Heartfelt, predicting that he would lead off with the Ferrothorn. One thing we were really worried about is the Ferrothorn stacking hazards, and that was going to be a problem for us. If we didn't let the Ferrothorn stack hazards, then we would have been okay. So that was why we led Conkelder, just because Conkelder dealt with so many threats on this team. But yeah, we really didn't want to let the Ferrothorn have any joy here, really. But he did lead the Miltank, and he went ahead and got his self-dots up as we went for a knockoff. Got rid of his leftovers, I think. Yeah, got rid of his leftovers. And then he switched out then into the Manaphy to take this Drain Punch. 28%, not bad. So Conkelder switches out at this point, and we switch out into Rotom Wash, because Rotom Wash deals with anything that Manaphy has. We did have the Rindo Berry, just so to halve the damage from a Energy Ball. If he decided to bring it, I wasn't sure. I can't even remember if he did have it in the end. So he decides to switch out after setting up the rain, and goes out into the Ferrothorn as I go straight out for a Discharge. Does nothing, but we do get the Para. That was the reason that we carried Discharge over Thunderbolt, just so that 30% chance to Para was so crucial, and it came in first attempt against the Ferrothorn, which is really, really nice for us. Apparently I've been disconnected from Showdown, but we go straight for a Volt Switch there, 8%, and we can go straight out to Conkelder, just to stop. Then, as I say, we didn't want him to be able to stack hazards, because we had no hazard removal. So that's what we went for. Volt Switch out as he Leech Seeds. So I fully expected him to protect here, but he actually switched out into the Manaphy as we went for a Drain Punch, just because we couldn't afford that thing, and the Drain Punch will offset any Leech Seed damage that we took. So we're in a healthy situation. As he went for a rest, hydration will mean that he wakes up after this Thunder Punch. Did 40%, didn't do really anything. Hydration wakes him up, so he can easily just outstall us, to be honest, especially with the Leech Seed coming off as well. So we had to switch out at that point, go back into the Rotom Wash, as he decided to go for another Rain Dance. I don't know why. I think Rain Dance's moves. So the rain ran out of turns, but it decided I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. But he went for another rest there, just to put himself back up to full. Because why not when you've got hydration? Went for a Volt Switch, did 41%. It was absolutely fine. We went straight out into other Duck Porygon, and Porygon Z this week was, I can't see the set. He was Choice Scarfed. With Download. So this thing packed a punch. This thing swept his team pretty much, aside from I think the Ferrothorn and the Miltank possibly. I think the Miltank actually went down. I'm not sure. But the hydration anyway wakes him up, and he switches out into the Ferrothorn to take whatever we decide to go for. As we went for a Thunderbolt, I was very tempted to go for a Hidden Power Fire, until I realised that the rain was up and it would have half the damage. So that's why we didn't go for HP Fire there. Didn't want to reveal it too early either. Not that it really mattered. So we went straight out into Conkelder again here, just to stop the spikes coming in. But as I think he does get a layer of spikes out. So we went for a Drain Punch and took him down to 68%, as he went for another layer of spikes, I believe. We see the Rocky helmet there, and oh no, we get the power off. We get the power off here, so that was really nice. We went for the knockoff just in case, because it would KO the Manaphy if it came out. KO'd the Ferrothorn anyway, as we can see there. Really surprised that he decided not to preserve his Ferrothorn, purely because obviously he can leech a bit of damage back up, and spikes were so hurtful to my team. Him stacking hazards. Okay, so the Ferrothorn went down, so I knock off there, as he decided to bring out the Aerodactyl. We switched out into the Rotom Wash, so that's our Aerodactyl check. Goes for an Aerial Ace, does 20%, which isn't ideal, but at this point we need to Pain Split up as he goes out into the Miltank, so that's fine. So we Pain Split up, takes it back up to 72%, and here I'm just thinking he's going to Milk Drink. He's going to Milk Drink. So we just Volt Switch out of there, no problem. We kind of nullify that. And we went out, back out into Conkeldurr, just because we can get a free Drain Punch off here, as he decides to go out into the Chandelure. We could have predicted that and gone for a knockoff, but I was quite happy just to try and get some HP back, to be honest. Hopefully try and get some HP back, but he did switch out into the Chandelure, which was a really good play on his part. Risky, but it was a good play. So we switch back out into the Rotom Wash to take whatever he goes for here. Flamethrower did 22%, and we missed the Hydro Pump, which was really shit. Oh yeah, so we missed the Hydro Pump. That was the next turn, sorry. We missed the Hydro Pump. We decided to stay in, even though we knew he had Energy Ball, or we assumed he had Energy Ball, because we did have the Rindo Berry, and as you can see here, it popped, and it actually let us live. And it was absolutely shit that the Hydro Pump didn't kill. Absolutely shit that the Hydro Pump didn't kill. So he decides to switch out because he doesn't want to take a Hydro Pump, as the Miltank comes in and we go for a Pain Split. And so that gives Rotom back his health. Goes for another body. It goes for a Body Slam as we Pain Split again, predicting that he was going to Milk Drink up. And at this point, there's no reason not to Pain Split again. He goes for another body slam, but he did go for a Milk Drink. We Pain Split and we get our fair share of that. He went for a Body Slam again this time, as we this time I think decided to go for a Volt Switch. Yeah, went for a Volt Switch, takes him down to 25%. As this meant that we could go out to Mega Diancie here, and Mega Diancie could be protected just to take. I wasn't sure if he was going to have Earthquake or Iron Tail or Iron Head or whatever or something. So we protected to get that speed boost from the Mega. He just Body Slammed, so nothing to scare us really. We went for a Moonblast and take out the Miltank, no problems. So 2 of his mons down, which was really, really nice for us. But didn't want to get Earthquake here, so went straight out to Rotom Wash. As he did go for the Earthquake, Levitate means that we're immune to that. As he decides to switch out into the Weavile to take this Volt Switch to 38%, so he's down to 62. And here I fucked up. Here I fucked up. Because I just thought, right, Weavile does nothing to me. Like a low kick, I think low kick did the most, and it was like 62%. And I was like, that's fine, we can Shell Smash up, and then we sweep the rest of the team with the Rock Blast and Ice Shard, Icicle Spear, Icicle Crash, or no, Icicle Spear. But completely forgot about hazards. And that actually meant that we went down to 63%, so a low kick would have hurt. And it had a chance to take us out, I think. So I saw that hazard damage go down and I was like, fuck. We just completely sacked Cloyster for like no reason. But what actually happened was he went for a knockoff, which didn't KO, knocked off of a White Herb as we went for a Shell Smash anyway. So we did outspeed, but we just didn't get our defensive stat drops. So it meant that we could Rock Blast away, completely take out the Weavile, which was brilliant for us. And then he went out into his Manaphy, which turned out to be a slightly defensive Manaphy, which I also forgot. But it didn't really matter, so we could clearly go for a Rock Blast here, but it was only doing 10% a pop. Took him down to 10%, I think 13% overall. Yeah, 13%, so he could go for a Skull and just take us out. So Cloyster got 1 kill today, which is obviously not what we come to expect from him. Just a heads up, whilst I'm on that topic, actually, the voting for the season awards came out the other day prior to this match, and First of all, Cloister won the Tier 3 MVP award, thoroughly deserved, because it was insane all season. As you saw, it was insane all season. It came runner-up in the overall MVP award, which is bullshit, to be honest with you. It was absolutely bullshit. Aerodactyl got voted. I think it won by like two or three more votes. And that's, yeah, I get that's democracy and whatever, but I'm salty as fuck because Cloister's a Tier 3 and it actually finished top of the MVP table. Like, had the most kills, had the most trophies. I think most trophies to battles as well. No, or trophies to kills. I can't remember, 1 to 2. Trophies to deaths. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The fact that Cloister's a Tier 3 as well, and Mega Aerodactyl's a Mega. I think that's. So I'm a little bit salty about that, to be honest. But anyway, congrats. That's why Cloister's name there was the real MVP, because me and Cloister are a little bit salty about that decision. But that's democracy. That's democracy. So yeah, we'll move on anyway. So we real MVP, the Cloister, went down there as we were able to bring in other duck here. Choice Scarf, Thunderbolt comes in, no problems. Takes out the Manaphy. We're in a really, really healthy position. As the Chandelure comes out, so we decided to switch out, but just because Thunderbolt didn't KO, so we wanted to preserve this thing for the Aerodactyl. So we switched out into Conkeldurr just to sack it, really. Just to sack it. Flamethrower comes in. We sack it, no problem. And then we went out into Mega Diancie here. Diamond Storm should KO, I think. Yeah, it did. Yeah, Diamond Storm KO'd, which is absolutely fine. As the Aerodactyl comes out. Goes for a Stone Edge, takes us out. That's fine. He ended up being Choice Banded, so he was locked into Stone Edge. So obviously couldn't Earthquake, because otherwise Rotom Wash he wouldn't have been able to touch Rotom Wash. Thunderbolt comes in, didn't quite take us out, which meant that we actually lost a bit of differential. But differential is playoffs, so differential doesn't matter. It's just about getting the win, so it doesn't matter. As our especially defensive Jirachi came out. It wasn't especially defensive? I can't remember. But Ice Punch comes in and takes out the Aerodactyl for the win. So that was a really, really good game, Mixie. And that actually sets up a second round playoff match with Point Blank, which is going to be an interesting matchup. That will be uploaded on Sunday. It's going to be an interesting matchup. So I look forward to seeing you there, guys. If you enjoyed today's battle, then make sure you smash that like button down below for us. If you're a fan of the new audio quality, that's because I've got a new microphone. It's a blue Ice Snowball one, and it's lovely. And that's that. I've been the boy, look for Dan. Peace.